Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a review of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, Episode 16. Now, fix the camera a bit. Now, I didn't do it yesterday because I was at Comic-Con, and Comic-Con was okay. Yeah, the price was a little bit too much, but Comic-Con was excited. I had a great time. I had signed autographs and authentic sign of Joey. I met Joey Wheeler. I met Jinbei. I met Minato. I got them authenticity. I got authorized, so it's all good. But it was great. It was a great thing. I mean, I got new figures and all that, but it's Comic-Con. It wasn't like a big old anime thing, but it was interesting. Now, I didn't get a chance to watch 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. You know, this entire series of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, I watched this firsthand and I kind of got glued to the world of this show because people were saying, oh, it's going to be edgy because of the cosplayers. I mean, this and that. But it changed. Everything changed. And the line between 2.5 Dimensional Seduction gave us something to talk about in terms of arcs. Every episodes of 2.5, they've given us tremendous arcs. From Ririsa's arc to like the teacher's arc, redemption, cosplaying arc, to 753's arc, to Nona's, my most favorite arc, Nona's arc, because I like her. And now last week we just met Aria. Now this is Aria's transformation arc. This is Aria's way of cosplaying. And I said last week, she is a retrospect of Kitagawa. And they both have similar traits. It's just that there's one minor difference, or there's two minor differences. And we're going to see that. Now, last week, again, we get to see the debut of Aria, another gal. And like I said before, every year we're going to get gals. Yeah, everybody loves Kitagawa. Everybody has the hearts for Marin Kitagawa. Everybody loves Kitagawa because she's the best gal in anime, which I don't believe that. I mean, one time I had her at 1, but now I got the Hokkaido gals at 1. But that's a different topic in another way. What I'm saying is, there are plethora of gals, and this gal takes the cake when it comes to Kitagawa. They both like 1 inch. So without further ado, let's get right to the review of episode 16 of 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Okay. Now, this was funny. Last week, we saw Aria getting ready to cosplay, and I thought she gonna come out in a blaze of glory. But when she came out with her black top and black pants, black shorts on. Really, I was cracking up. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? And then here come Nona just going like Pac-Man, that Pac-Man face. Saying, yo, don't know nothing about the character. She supposed to be this and that. She ain't blood. I mean, she is 100% in discussing her about how to cosplay, how to dress up as. And I like Nona's character. You talking about the best development. Nona has one of the best character development in 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. Nona has come from a long line of quiet girls who speaks the truth, who speaks. Like, you go back to all the Shy Girls anime, they always the shy one. But when about 2 or 3 episodes, they step to the plate. I'm looking at Nona, first time seeing her, she was a quiet, shy girl, and her reason of liking cosplaying and her not making friends and getting picked on was so, like, it hits me because I was used to, once upon a time I was that. But seeing her grow as she's now making friends, she talks about anime, she's talking about cosplaying, it was a tremendous thing. And I see that she's gotten a lot of dialogue, and she's, again, the chemistry that she has with her and the rest of the crew is spot on. Now, again, this is about Aria's transformation arc. This is all about her. So, she loves anime. I mean, she's a first rookie cosplayer. I'm gonna get to that later. But again, Nona's just going in and talking about cosplaying. Like, you supposed to cosplay as this? You supposed to have the red hair, she ain't blonde. And, leave it up to the otakus of the world. Otakus for life. I mean, let's call it like it is. When you have an otaku friend, you are generally a god tier when it comes to teaching one another. And that's what it was. It was like the teacher teaching the student. And we get to see that. You got it was funny because there was one scene where Aria Aria, Nona, and Ririsa just looking at their bodies. And at least they're honest with their bodies. You know how like in anime characters, you know like when anime girls, when they take off their clothes, they get jealous of them because they think they're flat, because they think they're big and all that stuff. And Aria's like, can I touch your boobs? She was straight in. And you gotta love this is why I love Nona. Her passion for Lily is the same level as the MC. Her love for Lily is so good. Like it's like her dream was to meet Lily. Her dream was to cosplay with Lily. But physically touching Lily, that was like, wow. And so when she touched Ririsa, aka Lily's boobs, she just like, beep, like a whole steam. She's like, there's soft buns. Oh, there's soft buns. I know there's some uriness going on. I understand what she's gonna do with her hands, if you know what I mean. But let's move it on. So they welcome everyone to the club. And again, Aria has never seen Lily. She never seen it, but she knows how the character is. And leave it up to Ririsa saying about, okay, this is called a rabbit's hole, quote unquote. The definition of a rabbit's hole in otaku terms, meaning it's gonna plunge in the soul. You gotta be your heart and soul. You got to watch this show nonstop. You cannot sleep on it. You have to go through every freaking detail just to understand the definition of the show. That's the rabbit hole. Now, they have her watching all of the Lily episodes. That's part of the anime club. Watch every Lily episode. Can you imagine someone told you to watch 1,000+ episodes of One Piece and you have to be on it non-freaking stop, minus the opening, minus the end, just stay and watch One Piece? Like, if you watch an anime that's 12 episodes, how many days are you going to watch it? You're going to watch about 2 days or about maybe 3 days, it depends how you are. You could probably watch an entire season in a day. If you set your alarm clock to 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and all you gotta do is grab your bucket, because you may have to use the bathroom, you may have to grab some snacks if you want to eat, and watch freaking anime. Like, close your doors and watch your full season of the show. And that's what they got her doing. They got Aria just being like, if you're true blue, you gotta know the show. So for the whole time, they got her watching every show, every part of the series of Lily, from highs and lows, even side shows. And, you know, for Aria, she's never been with the crowd like them. So seeing their reactions of the show, like, oh my God, did you see that? They all tearing. Yo, it was a sight to see. And then she started crying about the show, seeing how good the show was, you know, and that. So now she wants to cosplay as one of Lily's friends in the series, with red hair and the wings, you know, like the squad. Now, here's the thing that I didn't know about. You see, Aria is a cosplayer, but she's in the top 20s. That I didn't know. What I didn't know from watching this is that she's old school cosplayer. What I mean by old school cosplayers, I mean like who cosplay characters from the past. Like 40s, 50s, 60s eras, like those. We cosplay characters that originally from the 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s, and beyond. We cosplay as them. But there are moments where it's like, when she cosplays a character like from an old anime. Like, can you imagine that? Like right now, we're in 2024. We seen people cosplaying characters from, I'll say, 2010s and beyond. Roughly that. Yeah, the cosplay in the 90s are still there. The Narutos of the world, the Bleach, the One Piece, the 90s. I'm talking about like the 90s era. The 80s, to be honest with you, I rarely see people cosplay characters in the 80s and in the 70s, you know? Like, if you go back to like the old anime days, you ain't gonna find nobody cosplaying as them in their time. You're not gonna find anybody in their time. And for Aria to be a good cosplayer, and she's cosplaying old characters, that's like, we don't know about these characters, but she put on a show. And for the MC to realize, like, wait a minute, she's from a old manga that was published years ago, you know, that was like, oh my God, are you telling me she cosplays from a writer, from her favorite manga? That's that. Now, I love Nona's development. She wants Arya to be open, be friends, and I do like that. She built up a lot of friendships in this one. And here's the thing about Arya that left me with a big twist. Her father was a manga writer of the book that they found. That was the big thing. I'm dead ass. I didn't even see that coming. When she said her father was a manga creator of that book, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. Like that moment kind of hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. Your father was the manga creator of this book? That was the epitome of like, oh my God. Now, I've got to know more about her backstory. This is why I like 2.5 Dimensional Seduction. It's not just about the cosplaying, which, people say this show is about cosplaying. Yeah, and I get that. I really do. We all want to see him in cosplaying. That's fine. But when you watch 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, you get to see what got them into cosplaying. You got them into cosplay. And that's the whole premise of the show when it comes to this. Now, the difference between Aria and Kitagawa is this. And I watched this carefully. I watched this episode carefully. It's like they both have the same uniform. They both have the long hair. But here's the difference. You got one girl they both don't get into cosplay. Like, both of them don't have the fundamentals, the tools to cosplay, like how to dress up. Like, Gojo had to dress up for Kitagawa because Gojo got the hands. He know how to make materials and whatnot. Both of them have cosplay. At least Aria could cosplay. At least she knows how to cosplay. The only difference is that Aria is old school anime. Like, if you mention an anime from the past, she don't know about it. You got to get her to know anime that is right now. Like, right now. Whereas Kitagawa is up to date with anime. Like, she knows every anime point to blank. She knows it's like you watching your seasonal animes. You know every season show you're going to watch. Aria is old school. Like, she knows old school animes, but don't know what's going on in this new world of anime, like new stuff that's going on. And that's the difference between Aria and Kitagawa. But overall, though, this episode was great. I mean, I love it. This is the new arc. We're in a new arc now with Aria transformation arc, and the twist with her father becoming a monk creator. We're gonna find out more about it. And again, the friendship that elevated for her and the rest of the crew, I love it, especially with Nona. I mean, Nona has stepped up. Everyone is developing. It's great. It's great to see. Now, the MC, I do like that MC line when he said, "Hey, I'm into 2D girls. I'm not into 3D girls." The way he said that, he said it with passion. He said it with passion. Like, that guy just straight. I'm surprised he didn't get beat up for that. But for a guy who said, "I'm into 2D girls, not 3D girls," he just said it like, he don't care if he get kicked. He don't care if he gets slapped. He devoted to her, and that's that. But again, great moment and great episode. So I look forward for next week's episode of it, and I hope we get to see more about Aria's backstory. So let's see more about that. I'm sorry, I stuttered. But stay tuned for next week.